tinfoil hat. Oh, what the fuck are you guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
Good morning, Swarm, and welcome to Tinfoil Hat. You know I am. You know I'm here to
Roar!
join me as always, Xavier Guerrero, and on the ones and twos, Jay Nice, Juicy Johnny Woodard.
Hey.
Guys, we have a great show for you. We have the one and only the Prophet Eddie Bravo in to do a show, talk to you guys, also to tell you about our upcoming date. We have this weekend, we have Indianapolis and St. Louis, the Tinfoil Hat Comedy Night. Go to samtripoli.com, see Eddie Bravo, see Xavier Guerrero, see myself drop the Hammer of the God stand-up show, and then we do Swarm Tank, in it to win it. Then I'm in Bellflower on the 10th, Comedy Store on the 14th. That show's coming together. And guys, Austin, Texas on November 17th, and we're going to be in Dallas. Grab your tickets. Dallas, guess what? Oh, we're actually in Plano. Guess what, guys? There's no Cowboy game. So grab your tickets on the 19th for the 7 o'clock stand-up show. And then on the for 9 p.m. Swarm Tank. Anything else, guys?
That's it. I think we're ready to go.
All right, get into it. Let's get in.
Broken Sim. Check it out.
New Broken Sim. Check out. Go check out. Go samtripoli.com for all that. And let's get in it with Eddie Bravo. All right, let's get into it. Very excited to have him back. He's the Prophet, Eddie Bravo. How are you, Eddie?
I'm doing great, man. How about that guy getting killed in hockey?
Dude, that's crazy. Johnny won't watch that video.
No, I'm not
I
watching
cannot believe they're not going to charge that guy. I
Dude,
mean,
I saw the blood. I saw he was still standing, and he was just covered in blood. That's all I could watch too. I'm not trying to watch the whole thing.
no,
I
the
don't
whole
need,
thing
I
now,
don't
he
need
just
any more
skates
people
off
dying in my
bleeding.
brain.
Yeah, I mean, it's tragic, and it's like,
is there good video of it? Like a good?
Yeah.
Have you seen good video of it?
no,
Like it actually
you've seen
happening?
it. It's only one video. There's not another angle, is there?
No, but you can obviously. I did the whole zoom back, forward, rewind, slow motion. There's if you zoom in, it's tough.
It's like the Zapruder film. So funny.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think it was intentional. You think there was a chance he did it?
What?
They said there was a dirty player, but I don't think he was trying to kill him.
Xavier, the guy goes into him, and then at the last second, karate kicks him in the neck with a blade.
So
Is
he
that-
should be,
that-
so
that
it should be
never
manslaughter. So it should
That
be
never
manslaughter.
happens in hockey.
No, I mean, like, I think we would know if it happened. 'cause
Happy
you-
Gilmore. I remember Happy Gilmore. He said, I was the only guy who took off his skate and tried to stab somebody. That's-
Yeah, I mean, like,
We have a second.
NHL players are going nuts right now. This guy played in the NHL, and he was like doing and he just got karate kicked to the neck with a ice skate blade.
Is there anybody out there? You know, there's the guys out there that anything that happens like that or anything, it's like there's gematria. There's the
Yeah,
day
I'm
it
sure there's
happened,
something on that.
the score.
I'm sure
and
there's
the
something on
time.
that.
You know
I'm
what's
sure.
crazy though is that George Bush shit.
No,
him
that's
pitching,
the craziest.
that's
story.
crazy, right?
Before we get into that, I want to be like, Eddie, are you excited for this weekend? Are you excited for
What's going on
Texas?
this weekend, Sam?
We got a big shows coming up. We're doing Indianapolis on November 3rd, and then we're doing St. Louis on November 4th. Okay. You got
That's
your
this weekend?
candy. What?
That's this weekend?
Yes.
Yep.
How come you didn't tell me?
Okay, well, I'm telling you now. I bought you tickets, dog. You're ready to go.
Indianapolis Friday, St. Louis Saturday.
Yep. Grab your
Oh,
tickets,
my God.
dude.
I got to come up with some fucking conspiracy jokes, I guess.
Yeah, I do. By the way, Eddie, I'm about to shoot a new special, and then probably January, I think I'm gonna shoot it. I think it's too late to do it this year. People are gonna start saving money for Christmas gifts because I want people to fly out for it. And then Eddie, wait till you see my new act. It's just gonna be like, what's up with having kids? That's gonna be my new comedy. It's gonna be all mainstream stupid.
Wait a minute though. When are we going to Dallas and Austin though? Isn't
So
that
then we're okay. So we're November 3rd and 4th. We're in Indianapolis and St. Louis. Then Blessings. We are in Dallas. Well, this is Austin on the 17th. That show's almost sold out. And then we're in Plano, Texas. I should say Plano, Texas, at the House of Comedy. And that is November 19th. We have a 7 p.m. stand-up comedy show and then a 9 p.m. Swarm Tank, so you can come and get some. It's been a while since we've been in the Dallas area. It's been a couple years.
For those that don't know, what's the difference between the Tinfoil Hat Comedy Show, the regular one, and Swarm Tank? What's the difference?
The first show is stand-up comedy where we do our well-crafted, multi-layered dick jokes. Okay. And then the second show is us answering any Q&A anybody's got to ask.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it, dude. Go check it out. More shows coming. Just go samtripoli.com. I'm very excited, dude. Life is very good, dude. I can't complain.
Okay, now back to that George W. Bush pitching.
Okay.
Explain that shit, because that shit's crazy.
Have you seen that? So George Bush, the last time George Bush threw out the opening pitch of a World Series was the World Series after 9/11.
Like
then
a month later, like a month and a half later.
Yeah. 9/11 happens. He comes out, he throws it, and that was Yankees versus Diamondbacks. Now, remember Diamondbacks, okay? So then this year he throws it out. It is Rangers versus Diamondbacks this time. And this is the 119th World Series.
That's 9/11 backwards.
Yeah. Okay. The first game, the tying run is hit in the 9th by the Rangers. Then the winning run is hit in the 11th.
Okay. That's
All
crazy.
right. That's crazy.
I don't know how they if this is like some Freemason shit. I don't know. People are talking about sports being rigged a lot lately, a lot. And baseball, I don't know how you.
Well, it is a Freemason sport. It was made in the Freemasonry. If you study the diamond, it is the Freemason symbol.
And then another thing about this World Series is I don't know shit about the 33rd parallel, but apparently there's a line, like in a map, the 33rd.
Both of these teams are on the 33rd parallel.
Yeah, crazy, right?
That is so crazy, bro. That's so crazy. Now, here's the thing, is both of these World Series have what team in it? The Diamondbacks. What are Diamondbacks? Snakes. What are snakes? Serpents.
Damn. Yeah. If baseball's rigged, how would they rig it? I'm pretty sure the rigging in the NFL is just you just take corrupt umpires, because basically in football you can call a flag on every play.
Yeah.
Every play there's holding. Every fucking play. So they don't call it on every play. They just call it sometimes.
100%.
You know what I mean? So that's easily rigged. Like football is easy. All you got to do is get to the umpires. I don't believe the players are in on it at all. I don't believe that at all. It's just no way.
Yeah.
I don't believe quarterbacks.
Why wouldn't one of them come out? Why wouldn't one of them come out? There's no way every single player has been treated so well that they won't come out and say, dude, they told me to do this.
Yeah,
now,
one of these guys that has got CTE from the 80s who they're not paying for his health care anymore. Yeah, they would come out for sure.
Yeah, and like Larry Johnson would be the first one to talk about that shit. You know what I mean?
Right. The running back.
Yeah, he's getting no
for
fear.
Sure. So
now baseball, I mean, it's got to be the umps, right? Like, how could they do it? It's easy in football because there's penalties all the time, and they only call them when they want to, really. And there's pass interference on every fucking play. There's pass interference on
holding,
every fucking play, and holding on every play. They don't call it all the time. They only call it in certain times. So football can be easily rigged that way. You don't need to involve the players.
That's basketball too.
What was that?
Basketball too. You know,
Same
if you want
thing. Basketball. There's fouls everywhere.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, we know they've done it in basketball.
Though?
I mean,
how do they do it in baseball?
I mean, there's strikes and balls.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could see it. You could see that.
There was one play that in the World Series that was so obvious that it was a foul, and they called it in. They called it like it was in, and it was so blatant they had to go to instant replay to overturn it. But that's about it.
Here's how you fix baseball: is with the baseball, dead baseball. Live
Wasn't
baseball.
that last year they found that the Yankees?
Think about
what does that mean?
Think about who controls the balls. The umpire puts the ball in play, takes balls out of play. You got the dead balls in one pocket, the live balls in another pocket. So if they want a certain
team to win, they play when they're batting. They give them the live balls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's a crazy question that someone needs to ask: how many refs or umps are Freemasons?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You know, I had Hector Lombard. He's a UFC legend.
Yeah.
I had him on my podcast, and you know what he was saying about Freemasons? He's like, dude, they got it all figured out. I want to join the Freemasons. I want to be a Freemason. These fucking sheep, these guys are fucking idiots. Regular peasants are idiots. The Freemasons have all the knowledge. I want to join the Freemasons. And
it's
you know what?
Super interesting.
Yeah, and a guy came up to me in my New York City seminar. He came up, just a regular dude. He looked like he was 27. Just a regular. He didn't look just like a kid. To me, he was a kid. He's like, hey, dude, if you're interested in joining the Freemasons, let me know. We'll welcome you in. And I was like, whoa. I go, it sounds dangerous. No, thank you. But
you remember they did that to us in San Francisco. You remember that? Where the guy waited in line and he showed us his ring. He's like, we would like to show you our lodge. I was like, whoa, bro, we're good. We're good.
But isn't it crazy that Hector Lombard, he's like, fuck it. Those guys, I want to be with those guys. Those guys have all the knowledge. They're running shit. They know everything. I want to join them. I'm like, holy shit.
I feel like Freemasons are like any group. It's like most of the people probably don't really have a clue what the fuck's going on. They're just practicing.
My uncle's a Shriner. He doesn't know shit, dude. He doesn't know a damn thing. Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. It's just like community, and then there's just those dark arts motherfuckers. That's my opinion.
It's obvious. Like you can't, any corporation, they're not gonna tell like for instance, like at my gym, right? We have like the front desk people. They don't know everything that's going on at the very top of town.
I couldn't agree more, bro. I couldn't agree more.
It's like a certain what would you say? People who worked at the Standard Hotel, maybe out front, taking cars, stuff like that.
That was really rude, Johnny. That was really rude. So I used to work at the Standard Hotel, Eddie. And so when I first started doing my podcast, they would learn that fact that I used to work at, and then they were all convinced that I was part of the secret parties. And it was so hilarious because I'm like, listen, do you know how you keep secret parties secret? You don't tell the stand-up comic that plays the main room at the comedy club down the street. You don't invite him to. You don't invite the grunts there. That's how the secret gets out, you dumb fucks. I mean, it's just so stupid. But I do believe in compartmentalizing a lot of these organizations, and when
everybody does.
I mean, like I argue with Brian Callen about that.
Do.
It's why there are so many takes on what happened to Kennedy, because I think that there were several different groups that were assigned to kill him that day, and that's why you have like, it was the mob, and I think that.
Dude, have you heard the conspiracy theory that the Zapruder film was done with Anthony Zapruder, whatever the fuck his name is, 33 Degree Mason.
Yeah.
The video came out 10 years after. There's a conspiracy theory that it's a fake movie. There's a guy saying that he's an expert in not an expert, but what he does is he says that purple shit that blows off his head. He goes, that's movie shit.
It's squibs, right? They say it's squibs.
Yeah, we've had that guy. We've had that guy on.
anybody in the movie business. He goes, anybody in the movie business. Dude, there's videos with this guy. He goes, dude, that's a squib or squid or with a squid.
Yeah,
squib.
Squib.
With
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, he
the
said-
movie's called
he said-
JFKX.
The whole thing is fake. He's saying JFK, they faked his death. That's what he's saying. He's saying
I
that
just
the
I don't
guy
get why
that
they would do
killed,
that.
You know the cop that was killed. You know the cop that was killed
Yeah.
the same day. You know there was a cop that was killed the same day. You know what his nickname was? JFK.
JFK.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah. Yeah.
He looked just like him.
Yeah.
They're saying that they used that body. Like that body was the one that wasn't JFK. Like this guy's saying he probably faked his own death because that video is fake. He's saying the video is fake. The frames were removed. He said the frame, because everybody knows frames were removed, but he's saying frames were removed. You could tell which frames were removed. He's saying because in those frames, you could totally tell like he wasn't reacting right, like to the squib or something. So they had to remove some frames. He's saying it was all bullshit. He goes, look at when they're shooting. When they're shooting, like Zapruder didn't freak the fuck out and he's right there on the grassy knoll. The camera didn't fucking move. There's all these shots going off. When all these shots go off, people freak the fuck out. It's steady as fuck. And the people in the background goes, look at the people in the background. They're big. They're bigger than the guys in the car. The people in the background are bigger than the guys in the car. They should be smaller because they're further away. Because it's a fake movie.
Yeah, and there's some
Zapruder's
interesting
amazing.
stuff that's come out about that as
Zapruder's
well.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you ever
Crazy
seen the
shit,
guy
right?
that broke
And then
down?
you look at Jimmy.
Have you seen the guy that broke down who the
Which
babushka
one?
lady
Yeah,
was?
and then you
Have
Yeah.
you seen that video?
what
And
did
he
he say?
basically puts it that it's this Rothschild, one of the head of
Yeah.
the Rothschild family, and he names every guy standing around her is a CIA agent protecting her. Like she's literally just there with her babushka watching the whole thing happen. And there's some things in that movie that really resonate with me. And the one thing that resonates is like if you watch JFK leave the plane versus when he gets quote unquote shot, right? If you watch that, like when he gets out the plane, he's like the Beatles, man. They are going nuts for him. And then at the moment he gets shot, there's nobody in the background. It's just completely empty.
Totally. Seems like it was fake. I'm thinking it was fake, man. And you know what? It just makes that conspiracy theory stronger. The one that he became Jimmy Carter. Have you seen that one?
I love that one.
Jimmy
'Cause I
Carter,
look at
really?
Jimmy
Wow.
Carter, I go, that looks well. When you look at the head wound of JFK, it does not fit what looks like the trauma of the shot.
Well, if you read have you read the autopsy though? The autopsy, the guys there said they started working on him. They were like, oh, he might be able to survive. And then one of the guys walks in and is like, puts his hand under the bottom of the head where the part you can't see. And he's like, oh guys, his entire bottom of his skull is gone. This is over. His brain is like just half eroded, just exploded out of his head. That's what, if you read the autopsy, that's what they say, like that there was just the back of it that you couldn't see immediately is what's missing. But the thing I don't,
who's in
or
charge
the
of- who's in
JFK
charge
X
of
thing
writing
doesn't
the
stand up.
autopsy?
Why would he fake? Why do you think he would fake his death? That's the part I didn't quite
Because
get.
they all wanted to kill him.
Yeah, but I mean, they killed his brother. What, his brother, that he just let his brother dangle? I mean, like, I don't know about that. It's weird.
Or maybe he didn't. Maybe they did kill him, but they didn't have the video, and then they made a video for another reason, like to get everyone running, in wild goose chases and shit. Because it came out 10 years later, dog.
Yeah,
it wasn't
that
like
is
the video
that's
came out a
really
week later.
weird.
And
It
the
came
way
out
it got
10
released, like
fucking
Dick
years.
Gregory, Dick Gregory,
Yeah,
and Geraldo.
Geraldo
yeah.
Rivera.
Yeah, come on. It
Weird.
came out 10 years later, and it's on the Geraldo Rivera show.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
about
so
that
weird,
one,
dude.
and the dude's a Freemason, Zapruder. I don't know, man.
I'm just starting to think everything is just a intelligence trick. That's all it is. Just a giant
It seems like
intelligence trick.
doesn't it seem like it?
Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about our friends at Babbel, that's right. If you want to learn a language, there's no better place than Babbel. Let me tell you about Babbel. Listen, do you want to speak a new language? Babbel is perfect for that. This fall, you can start speaking a new language with Babbel. Why Babbel? Because it works. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a private tutor or fooling yourself with language apps that are a little more than games, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are designed by over 150 language experts to help you speak a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Babbel is designed by real people for real conversations. All of Babbel's tips and tools are for learning a new language, are approachable, accessible, rooted in real life situations, and delivered with conversational based teaching. I want to learn Spanish and Armenian. What do you want to learn?
We actually use Babbel. We are looking and doing Spanish right now.
I'm going Portuguese.
Whoa,
Brazilian.
bro,
I like the big booty Brazilians.
Yeah, so you're gonna go down there, you're gonna be like,
Little
look
soccer.
at me, I could speak Spanish to you, but I'm gonna speak in your native tongue.
Exactly.
Oh.
Portuguese is where it's at.
I'm in, dude. I'm in. I should call you up when I'm trying to learn Spanish and try to talk to you in Spanish.
Oh, I got you.
I should do that one time.
Cuando
keep
tú
it real.
quieras, cuando tú quieras.
We'll keep it real simple. 5-minute conversations. Okay. So here's what's going to happen, guys. Okay. Here's what we need you to do. I want you to know that studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove Babbel is better. For instance, one study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. With over 10 million subscriptions sold, Babbel's real language learning for real conversations. So here's what's special, okay? For a limited time, a limited deal for our listeners to get you started right now. Get 55% off Babbel subscriptions, okay? But for only our listeners, go to Babbel.com/tinfoil. That's right, just for our listeners. Babbel.com/tinfoil. Get 55% off Babbel.com/tinfoil, spelled BABBEL.com/tinfoil. Rules and restrictions may apply. Mi amigo.
You know, I'm down for Trump. You know, if I voted, I would vote for Trump. I think I like what Trump's saying, you know, MAGA. I like America First policies. Everything like makes sense. You know, get out of that fucking Paris Accord. Yes, climate change is a fucking hoax. Figure that shit out, please. It's so obvious. Look at all the demons who are pushing it. You think they give a fuck about CO2? Those motherfuckers just want to control everybody. It's so obvious. So Trump thinking or saying climate change is a hoax. I like that. I like secure borders. It's a no-brainer. Yes, we want to let good people in, hardworking people, but we gotta vet them, you dumb fucks. We gotta vet them. We gotta vet them.
Yeah.
Everybody agrees with secure borders. Everybody, it's a no-brainer. You can't just let like what's happening now and just everyone just flood in. And it's not Mexicans. It's fucking everyone from all over the world. It's Chinese. It's Middle Eastern. It's African. It's fucking Guatemalan.
Yeah,
it's fucking
dude.
Venezuelan. It's fucking Koreans and shit. It's everybody. It's not just Mexicans.
What do we do with the coyotes?
You know what's funny with the coyotes? Because it used to be that you pay the coyotes to get you across, right? And now you pay the coyotes to get you busted.
What do you mean?
They're there to get busted because when they get busted and processed, they get a phone, they get a plane ticket anywhere they want to go, they get processed, and then they get fucking a debit card with $1,200.
No shit.
You didn't know that,
bro?
No,
I'm
dude.
telling you, dude.
And we pay for it. Oh no, that's
Eddie.
true. I know Border Patrol.
That's
agents.
crazy.
They tell me this.
Eddie,
Yeah.
my buddy, I'm not going to say his name because
Damn.
I don't want to trace that. He told me this. He'll know it's him when I'm talking about it, but he was telling me that his friend is working in like construction or something like that, and he's getting paid by the government to give these guys jobs. And like the list of things that he has to do, he has to make sure their dietary needs are right. Like this whole thing about hiring these illegal, it is crazy to me. So when I look at this, I go, bro, this is not just illegals. These guys are on the payroll. This is what you do when you go somewhere, like when you would do a UFC fight somewhere. They would give you a per diem, a hotel room, take care of you, all this stuff. That's what's going on right now. And
and we're paying for it. We're paying for it. It isn't like it's coming out of like the Congress budget. We're paying for that shit. You know what? When people sue like like right now, Kash Patel, he's suing the Department of Justice for spying on him during the first couple years of the Trump administration.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when you sue the DOJ or you sue the Pentagon, who fucking pays for it? It's still the taxpayers, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, unless it comes out of like their budget, then it hurts them. Like maybe the DOJ gets like, I don't know. I wouldn't doubt if they got billions a year, you know what I mean? But if it comes out of that budget directly, then I can see how it hurts like the DOJ, because they want to steal that money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But or launder it or whatever. But if it's just taken out of tax, like tax money, why that's not gonna hurt the government. They don't give a shit. They're like, you guys are paying for that shit anyways. They can care less if they get sued.
100%. That's the whole thing. So I'm watching this video the other day, Eddie, and it's a video where, it's one of these man on the street things. And it's like the man on the streets now are either interviewing hot young chicks and they're giving up their body count. And you're like, what are you doing? Or it's like, let's interview fat Americans and find out how stupid they are. And so it was one of those, let's find out how stupid they are. Now, he interviews a bunch of people who get the answers right, but that doesn't work for his video. So he edits down that people are dumb. And there's probably more people dumb than smart. But I do believe in my heart of hearts that this is the dumbing down of America. You have like Oregon now going, hey, man, we're not going to teach reading, writing, and math anymore because we find it racist, which is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is that they want you so dumb that you cannot figure out what your government is actually doing. And what your government is actually doing is using the Federal Reserve, the U.S. Federal Reserve, centralized bank, to bankroll the world military industrial complex, and then using our children as stormtroopers for that. So, when you have Jimmy Carr going on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about how like the Roman Empire just didn't die, just rebranded itself as the Catholic Church, which we've been saying here forever. And then about how, the Bank of, the British Empire didn't crash and burn. It actually just rebranded itself as the Bank of England, which we've been saying here forever. And it is of my belief that the Nazis didn't lose World War II. Germany did. And they rebranded themselves the World Intelligence Agencies. We've been saying this here forever. And this is what's happening. The three brands that you control people with, which is money, religion, and the military, they've all just rebranded themselves into those things. And that's where we are right now. So when you bring up, our taxpayer money or stuff like that, I honestly don't even believe it's the taxpayer money. It's really just we're paying off the interest on this money that the Federal Reserve is printing and just handing it to the military industrial complex. So when everyone's like, oh, dude, all this aid's going to Ukraine, it's not going to the Ukraine. Most of it's not. Most of it's just going to Boeing and Raytheon and all. And then some money goes to the Ukraine so that they can divvy it all up and keep begging for more money so that our government can just take more money out and just give it to Raytheon and Boeing and all these other things. So like, that's what's going on. They have used our Federal Reserve, our centralized bank, to bankroll the death machine.
Did you hear about that announcement that the Pentagon made that they got a new nuclear bomb that's 24?
This is my favorite thing.
This
is my favorite thing.
What is this?
It's 24
gravity bomb.
24 times more powerful than the bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Do we need that? Like, was anybody asking for a 24x Hiroshima bomb? What the fuck?
No, but you know what? Nobody
Scary.
asked for it, but we needed a reason, or they needed a reason to get that money. You know what I mean? They're like, dude, hey, we're gonna make this bomb that's 24 times stronger than the atomic bomb from 1945, but we're gonna need,
Is it
couple
nuclear?
trillion. It's a couple trillion.
It's called a gravity bomb.
But it's not
Yeah.
nuclear.
And how do we know it's 25 times more powerful? Like, how
Because
do
they
they
told
estimate
us,
that?
XG,
Exactly.
they
That's just
wouldn't
'cause
lie
they
to
told
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just told
They
us.
would
Scientists
never-
said that. Scientists said that.
Scientists.
It's
Scientists.
a
have said
nuclear
that.
gravity bomb, is what it's called. Okay.
And
Yeah.
can you
Total
read, Johnny? Does
horseshit.
it say what what it does?
Well, I'm reading the Defense Department release here today. The Department of Defense announced the United States will pursue a modern variant of the B-61 nuclear gravity bomb, designated whatever. The Department of Energy's National Nuclear Security Administration would produce the bomb. The decision to pursue this capability, which was undertaken in close collaboration with the NNSA, responds to the demands of a rapidly evolving security environment. That's why we need it, a rapidly evolving security environment. Here's a quote. Today's announcement is reflective of a changing security environment and growing threats from potential adversaries. This is just a bunch of nothing. It will be deliverable by modern aircraft, strengthening the deterrence of adversaries and assurance of allies. It's just all bullshit.
It'll be delivered by modern aircraft as opposed to vintage aircraft.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
But
Oh, we're
why
not
do they
gonna
come
use
out
the
with
old
this right
planes for
now?
this, man. We're going to use the newer ones. All right,
Yeah.
just so that you know, it's like they're just trying to fill space. They got to make this article like we need another sentence. It's like
Yes.
means.
Yeah.
It'll be delivered by modern aircraft for real.
So
You
stupid.
needed to write that down. Thank
Yeah.
God they told me. I thought they were going to use fucking the Wright brothers fucking plane.
Well, you know, our enemies are using hang gliders now. So I mean,
Eddie, you would have been great at newspapers. That's the kind of shit they hate at newspapers when you include bullshit words like that.
You got to fill it in, man.
Yeah.
Just mindless sentences. Just
the government
they
though.
got
Yeah,
the
we would.
thing,
That it's so funny you say that though, because government press releases were always the worst because of shit
But-
like that. That kind of language. They love that
they're
kind of
just
language.
saying nothing. They just say
Yeah.
a bunch of nothing.
but
That's all.
guys, don't you realize why we need this gravity bomb? Is because Putin is like, we're gonna drop our nukes on you, and you're like, oh really? You got nukes? Well, guess what? We've got a gravity bomb, and it's even worse than a nuke. We'll drop you You drop your little nukes. You got your nukes. You got your nukes. We got a gravity bomb.
Nukes are so 2000 and late.
Yeah, yeah. Nukes are so old. Nobody cares about your stupid ass nukes.
Yeah, so that's going to be the new thing. Oh, Iran's working on a gravity bomb. You know,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
oh
what's
no,
gonna
we
be.
gotta invade them. Fucking Kim Jong Un is working on a gravity bomb. That's going to be the new thing. Watch, they're going to move away from nuclear.
Yeah,
They're gonna try to
and
make
nuclear
nuclear-
bombs aren't going to be scary anymore. It's going to be
Yeah, because maybe they realize we got to bring nuclear power plants back, so we got to make nuclear like a cool word again. Because
Oh,
before
interesting.
nuclear bombs, nuclear didn't have a negative connotation to it. It was nuclear power plant, nuclear power. It just nuclear family. It didn't have a bad meaning. And then after World War II, nuclear became bad. That's why that guy Galen Windsor, the guy who builds and develops nuclear power plants, he was pissed. He goes, "Why all of a sudden is nuclear power like dangerous and evil?" Like he's like, "It's not evil."
Yeah,
I
I
make
tell
these
people
fucking
that
plants.
all the time, and they just don't get it.
Yeah,
They
they need nuclear to be bad. That's why when nuclear power plants blow up, just like coal power plants blow up, when a coal power plant blows up, the people caught in the explosion, they melt, they burn, they die, and it's horrible, right? But then they rebuild that coal plant, and then it goes on. With nuclear power plants, when they blow up, people melt, people die, people burn, but because it's nuclear, they can't rebuild it and it can't go on, because if they want to keep that fear of nuclear bombs going, a nuclear power plant that exploded. We gotta sacrifice that whole city and all the surrounding land just to scare the fuck out of people. So the fear of nuclear bombs is still fucking kicking.
Have you heard the theory about what really happened at Chernobyl?
I don't know, but my guess is, they had an explosion, and then they go, okay, we got to shut down the whole city.
No.
Fucking scare the shit out of people.
And the Russians are very pissed because when that movie came out and they tried to portray it as the Russian, something went bad at the nuclear plant. The belief is that some kind of giant spy ring, technology ring was.
Yeah, I think he's stuck.
Going on.
Sam, hey, you froze, buddy. You're gonna have to repeat that.
Okay, and that basically, I don't know what I'll say from the start. That basically the CIA blew it up.
Oh, he switched boxes.
That's never happened to me.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad.
That is crazy, bro.
What happened,
dude? My Zoom just went out, and it's never happened.
Totally normal. That's normal.
Not for Sam.
Okay. They're watching you, Sam.
They're watching.
Oh, they are. But so I don't know what point of that you got, but
all we heard was that the CIA did Chernobyl. That was it.
Yeah. And so when you when you look at Chernobyl, right, you're like, okay, so a nuclear reactor went off. And like they make you walk around like hazmat suits. I don't even know if they make you do that anymore. But they got like vegetation and animals running all around that place. Like
yeah. And they tell you that, oh no, but I heard there's 3-headed squirrels everywhere.
Yeah.
They tell you that, but then you hear like, hey, it's normal.
Dude, Elon was on Rogan yesterday. Was talking about how Chernobyl, you can just take tours there now and stuff. It's totally chill. You can go
same
on a
thing
tour.
with Fukushima. Ryan Dawson lives in Japan. He said that whole city's fine. People are full of shit. It was all bullshit. And that's what I'm saying. I totally
agree with that.
When a nuclear power plant blows up, they have to shut the city down because otherwise, aren't you saying that nuclear energy is like it's going to be contaminating the water and the soil for 500 years and all that shit? Isn't that why it's bad and so dangerous? So they have no choice but to shut down cities where nuclear power plants explode.
So Fukushima, you think at Fukushima there was an actual explosion, but all that extra shit about we got to not live there and the chemicals are in the water, that was all extra bullshit?
I think it's all bullshit.
I think it was all bullshit.
I think it's all bullshit. If that shit was real, we would have a Godzilla by now. There'd be a Godzilla just coming out of the water with all that nuclear radiation.
You would love that.
Fucking people up.
You would love that.
I would love that.
Hey, speaking of Elon on Joe Rogan, very interesting because the first half of that podcast, I was like, damn. Because the question is, Elon Musk was probably controlled opposition, right? So, but the question is, was he controlled opposition that knew he was controlled opposition or controlled opposition that didn't know? And it seems like when he says certain shit, like the first half of Joe Rogan's podcast yesterday, it seems like the first half, like, damn, it seems like he might be it sounds like he might be the controlled opposition that didn't know he was controlled opposition, which is the most powerful form of controlled opposition. But the problem is if they awaken, then boom, they could turn on you. They're powerful because they don't know it and they believe what they're saying. And then, dude, he was talking a mad shit on George Soros, dog. He was talking mad shit. So I'm like thinking, damn, he's awake. And he was talking about free speech and why he bought Twitter and all that shit. But then the second half of the middle of the podcast, he said, you know, what's the difference between a scientist who reads a study that was done, a study or an experiment, and just a regular person that reads that study or experiment? Is there a difference? If the guy's smart, he's not a scientist, but he's educated, he's articulate, and he understands science and all that shit. Is there a difference if a scientist reads a study and then another smart person reads a study? I don't think there's a difference. You're just because
Well,
the
I mean, in
scientist,
terminology, you know,
the scientist that's reading, I mean, you could say, oh, the scientist will understand more, but that scientist was not involved in that study. He did not do that study. He did not participate in that study. He had nothing to do with the study. He's just reading the results that anybody could read, right? And I have friends that are scientists. They call themselves scientists, and when they talk about science. They talk about studies and experiments like they did the experiment, like they didn't just read about it.
100%.
You know what I mean? You just read it. You didn't actually do the experiment. So, and a lot of them, they like, oh, you know, we in science, you know, we did this and we found this out and we found that out. Like, you didn't find shit out. Someone else supposedly found shit out and they wrote a report about it, or they did a study about it.
Or most people just read the headlines and regurgitate the headlines like they.
Yeah, and because they're technically a scientist, they say it like they did it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That they always do that. They're like, oh, we're so smart. And they're talking about an experiment and they're talking about something like they did it. And a lot of scientists say that about like space and shit. They didn't know, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He talks about like the sun being 93 million miles away. He didn't do any experiment.
Dude, has anyone taken a bigger beating than that guy?
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Elon Musk, he started talking about the like Joe asked him why he built his SpaceX rocket plant right at the border of Mexico. It's like in the middle of nowhere. And Elon goes, he built it there because, you know, when we launch rockets, we want to be as close to the equator as possible because the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. So we want to be, so that spin, the closer we are to that 1,000-mile-hour spin, because the further, you know, if that was true, if we were really on a ball and it was really spinning, then that would mean the further away you get from the equator, the slower the spin is, right? Right? If we were on a ball spinning at 1,000 miles of the equator, like, you know, I don't know, 2,000 miles north of the equator, we might be spinning at like 500 miles an hour or whatever, slower than 1,000. 1,000 is the max that's at the equator. So he's saying, so he's talking about all this the Coriolis effect, all this shit that's been proven. There's a 3-hour documentary on nothing but pilots and military. They're just going off. Like, these people will lose their jobs. They're like, pilots do the thing going on with pilots. Get on an airplane and ask a pilot if we're on a flat earth. Dude, most of them, they all agree now, dog. I'm telling you. So
did you hear about
Elon is on Joe Rogan. Like, once he started talking about that, like the Coriolis, I mean, so there's been so many military personalities. It's impossible that we're spinning. Pilots, like, it's impossible that we're spinning. If we were spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, landing a plane would be fucking super hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right. Spinning 1,000 miles an hour. The planes don't even fly 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Planes fly like 500 miles an hour.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you gonna land on a fucking airstrip that's spinning 1,000? It's ridiculous. We're motionless, and it's so obvious. So he starts going into that. So it's either. So now I'm thinking, okay, I was just thinking he was awakened, or he can still be awakened, but he's caught up in that. I hang out with scientists, and whatever is written down by scientists, I memorize it so I can repeat it and sound real smart. So I don't know what it is, because at first I was thinking, damn, he's awakened. Listen to him talking mad shit on George Soros. Dude, he was cutting George Soros apart. He says that dude hates mankind. That dude is trying to destroy mankind. He goes, just look at what George Soros is doing. He's destroying mankind. That's what he's doing. He's on a mission. So I'm like, God damn. Elon Musk is legit. And then he starts talking about the Coriolis effect and all that shit. I'm like, oh my God. You know, hopefully he is awakened, because I'm hoping he is, and that he, you know, and that he's like trying to save the world. I hope he is. But man, when he starts fucking regurgitating all that fake space shit, I wonder, you know, either.
Well, I know somebody who said that talked to him that says he definitely says we never landed on the moon. He says,
who says that? Elon?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about our favorite company ever of all time. That's right, Blue Chew. That's right, Blue Chew, American-made company for American boners, for American people who want American boners buried in their backyard. Let me tell you about Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in a chewable tablets at a fraction of the cost, okay? You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or whenever an opportunity arises, because when she says it's go time, you better go and take no time, okay? You can take them anytime, anywhere. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online, so there's no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA, and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. Bang. Or with a marching band, fireworks, bald eagles who are rock hard flying around singing the praises that someone's about to go to Pound Town. Everyone's loving Pound Town. Yeah, let's go. So here's what we need you to do. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew for free when you use the promo code tinfoil at checkout. Just pay $5. That's BlueChew.com, promo code tinfoil to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Blue Chew, enjoy. Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about this new project I'm working on. It's called Chaos Twins. I'm doing with the Paranoid American, and it is a comic book based on two twin girls who fight crime in their neighborhood. And it's my attempt at doing some family-friendly entertainment. It's a comic book, and we're looking for people to sign up and help us. If we get enough people to sign up for it, we're going to make a bunch of copies. And I think it's great. It's going to be, if you're into conspiracies and you're looking for family-friendly entertainment that you can read with your children so they can enjoy it, Chaos Twins is it. It's a story about two twin girls who move to a new neighborhood, realize that something's up, and realize they have superpowers. One can transform into a bear, and the other one can transform into any bird they want, and they fight the deep state in their neighborhood. All you have to do is go to chaostwins.com or thechaostwins.com or even samtripoli.com and click the banner. But go there, click it, and get on the mailing list. And if you can join us, it'd be really great. We appreciate you, and just check it out, chaostwins.com. Now let's get back to the show.
He's hard not to like, though, right? When you see him in that kind of setting, being honest and just conversing.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that first half of that podcast, I'm like, damn.
Where he talks about it being a death cult, the modern liberals, the left wing being a death cult.
Yeah,
that we've been talking about on this podcast forever.
Yeah.
Do you
Hey, Eddie.
see that? I know you're a Browns fan, Eddie, but do you see AJ Brown, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, is now a flat earther?
Is he really?
Yeah,
Nice.
he came
I didn't
out.
know that.
He's been
He came
talking
out.
about it. Yeah.
Send me a link about that.
All right, I will. You think I'm afraid, bro?
Hey, Bravo, who you got? Elon or Mark? Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg?
dude.
If it went down.
And then another thing, once he started, okay, so he first half of the podcast, I'm like, dude, Elon is legit, dog. Look what he's fucking saying. No way a deep state puppet would be saying this shit about George Soros. No way. And then he starts talking about fucking the Coriolis effect. I'm like, oh my God. And then he goes on and he starts talking about fighting. Like he knows about fighting. Like he says he doesn't have to train to beat Mark Zuckerberg. Like he doesn't need to train because he goes, I weigh 240 pounds. I'm just going to smash him like a walrus. And then Joe goes, you don't even need to work your cardio. Or she goes, I don't need to work on anything. I'm like, dude, when he says that, I'm like, okay. He doesn't know everything, dog. I'll tell you that much. He doesn't know everything, because if he thinks he doesn't have to train to be Mark Zuckerberg's actually training on a regular basis for a couple years. Even though he's 150 pounds or whatever, I got my money on Zuckerberg. Anybody who says they don't even need to work on their cardio, oh, dude. And then he says, oh, it sounded like, as before that podcast, it sounded like Elon backed out. It didn't sound like Zuckerberg backed out. But on the podcast, Elon saying anywhere, anytime, any rules, any format. I don't care. I'm down. I don't need to train. I don't need to work on my cardio. I'll fuck him up.
He ain't gonna do it. That tells me he doesn't want to do it. He's not gonna do it.
So
he's wrestling.
Like okay. He's not. He doesn't know everything. He thinks he knows everything.
Are you worried about his everything app? Are you worried about that? So the real black pills on the Twitter and stuff like that, like Whitney Webb and everybody, they're just and he talks about the Everything app, which is like which a lot of people think is going to be like Chinese WhatsApp, or what is the Chinese version, Johnny? Is it WhatsApp?
Weibo. W-E-I-B-O.
They have an Everything app.
It's called WeChat, isn't it?
WeChat. There we go.
Well, there's
WeChat. What is that?
Weibo.
What is an Everything app? And is Elon putting this Everything app out?
Oh yeah, he talks about it on the podcast. That's what he wants to turn X into, the Everything app, where it would have where you can do all your banking, all your social media, everything.
Right there, dating, FaceTime, YouTube, bank, the whole works. Everything on one app. They know everything.
Yeah.
And by the way, man, he got that chick from NBC, and we have a friend who knows who worked with her, said she was great. I think Twitter seems worse than ever at this moment. I mean, it's just
not worse than before. It's not worse than before.
Like, I don't know, man. It just
you think it's worse than before?
Well, I'm shadow banned again. I mean, I had a tweet get 1 million views, 3 million views. I can't get more than 40,000 now. Nothing. And that's
not. I mean, that's pretty good. Come on.
What?
Yeah,
it's not nothing.
It seems like it's a lot better, but it's there's definitely people that are still banned. Like, isn't Alex Jones still banned from it?
Is he? Oh no, that sucks.
Yeah, 100%. And what about Schroyer in jail right now?
Yeah, fuck.
I like the community note, and I see a lot more alternate opinions than I ever did before. But
and you know what, Elon, when he was talking about X on Rogan, he was saying some powerful shit. He goes, you wouldn't have a First Amendment if unless you were you're talking about accepting people with different opinions. Like, because if you didn't accept people with different opinions, there wouldn't be a need for a First Amendment. The whole reason there's a First Amendment is to so that everyone accepts different opinions. Twitter before Elon, they were not accepting different opinions. It was the mainstream narrative, or you're fucking out.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I mean, we're still getting shadow banned, but somebody said on YouTube they suggested our video, which is insane. I mean,
don't you feel like you see more of the people that we interact with them on Twitter now? Like I never saw any of those.
I'm worried that I'm just in an algorithm right now. It's just showing people that I agree with. And I think that is I think algorithms are dangerous.
Yeah.
I think algorithms are dangerous because it just sends you more of what you want to hear instead of me hearing everybody's side.
It's also a lot of blood and guts, man. I mean, there's way more violent content than I ever saw before.
I can't believe how much there is.
I mean, we are at war. I mean, we are at war. I mean, they are at war. I mean, it's pretty.
I'm not even talking about that though. I'm talking about like just fights in the streets and people like, I mean, like that hockey fight video kept showing up over and over again. Yeah, it's I
think everybody has a video account. Everybody's a cameraman now. So all that shit was always happening, but now we get to see it more.
I 100%
think-
agree. I'm just saying that's what Twitter's feeding us now.
Yeah, like before video cameras and phones, like you would never know how fucking special or different like people's pets are. Like people say, dude, my cat does this and my dog does this. And you're like, no way, I got a cat. Like you would never know. But man, like weird animal videos, like cats doing weird ass shit. You would never believe like when cats, there's that video of the cat saving the baby from falling down the steps. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck was that? Have you seen this?
No.
There's a video, there's like some kind of like baby cam captured video of a baby like getting like out of the crib and was right at the top step of the staircase, and a cat comes and fucking pushes the baby back. I'm like, what the fuck? And then there's another one where a kid, little like 2-year-old toddler, is outside and some fucking dog comes from nowhere to attack the baby, and a cat just comes out of nowhere, boom, and attacks the dog and saves that baby.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Show that one. Look at this baby. Look at the cat. Watch.
That's
Check this out. Look at this. Boom. Look at this. Boom. It saved that baby.
so crazy, bro.
Look at that shit. Dude. What the
So
fuck?
crazy.
No. You see, he's like, no.
And he's trying to grab him by the scruff like he would do a kitten. You know how they grab him behind the neck like that? That's what it tries to do at the beginning.
That's crazy, dude.
That's just so amazing. It's fucking wonderful.
Do you own a cat?
Amazing. I have 2 cats.
Oh, you have 2 cats? Did anyone here know Eddie Bravo was a cat guy?
Yeah. He's talked about his cats before. He
I love my cats. I have 2, but they never see each other. We always either one's in their room locked up, and the other one has the run of the house, and then we switch them. They never see each other because they'll fight. So, but and they both have just the opposite personality, man. They do both want love more than anything. They want love and food more than anything. But man, they're so different, their personalities. I love just cuddling with them.
Here's that other video you were talking about.
Jeremy Triantafilo was attacked by the neighbour's dog until, look at this.
Oh shit.
Look
at this cat.
Family cat
look at that shit.
comes hurtling out of the home to chase it away. Just extraordinary. Jeremy, poor boy, needed a few stitches
So fast.
on his leg.
Yeah, dude. We love cats.
That's wonderful.
We need a cat. I need to get a cat.
Yeah, cats are, you know, the great thing about cats is your dogs. I don't have a dog because they just need too much love. They want love more than food, man. They need your attention more than anything. Cats, they love love, but if you got to take off, you got to do some shit. They're totally cool. Because my cats, both my cats, where I'm sitting right now, this is my spot. This is my spot where I sit. And my cat will come in through that door right there and will come in. Both of them will come in and look at me and just stay there and look at me. And if I make eye contact with them, they know I want to cuddle. But if I'm on my phone and I ignore them, they just turn back the fuck around and walk away. They come in and check, dude. I'm telling you. They come in and go, you want to fucking cuddle? They're down. They're always down. And if I'm just on my phone doing shit, they just turn around and fucking take off. One time I was jacking off and the dog the cat came and he looked and he's like, okay, maybe later. Dude, that's a real story.
And what's funny?
One of my favorite Sklar Brothers jokes is about how like when people that don't have kids are like, my dog is like my kid. They're like, no, your dog isn't like your kid. You can't jerk off in front of your kids, right? You can't do that.
Yeah, the cats they just walk away. They don't want any part of that shit.
Yeah, a dog won't walk away though. A dog will watch you jerk off till you're done, so you can get a pet. You're like, okay,
you have
you're
a
done.
weird dog. You have a weird dog. Dude, when I used to use drugs, right? When I used to use drugs, man, I mean, my dog knew I was high, and she would just judge the fuck out of me, bro. She
Really?
just gave me like, "You're a piece of shit.
You
You're
sure it's
better
not
than
projection?
this." Oh no, dude, I knew. She knew, dude. When I'd be high trying to take her for a walk because she needed a walk, she's like, "I ain't going with you fucking junkie." Went anywhere with your ass. She hated me. She could sense my vibe and my energy, for sure. For sure. You know, it's crazy. So, Eddie, end of the world. Do you think it's coming?
I'm going to say 70% World War III.
Oh, you're at 70%.
70% World War III. It just seems, I don't know. Okay. I don't know if World War III is going to happen, but if it is going to happen, this is how you do it. You fuck around in Ukraine, Russia a little bit. You make Russia look like fucking Hitler or Putin. And then, dude, the fuck, Israel versus the Middle East, that's how you do it. That's World War III. That's what, I mean, it's been prophesized. So if it doesn't happen, like, you know, thank the Lord. But if it does happen, like, yeah, like we're watching it. And then Taiwan's going to get involved. There's going to be some Taiwan Chinese shit, the Ukraine Russian thing. Who knows what's going to happen there? And then Israel versus the Middle East. This is how it happens, dog. This is what the Bible was talking about. So hopefully, Trump gets in and stops this shit. Because he's talking about stopping all this and fixing all this. He's the only one talking about fixing it. Everyone else is saying, fuck a ceasefire. And Netanyahu's saying, fuck a ceasefire? What are you talking about, dog? I mean, everybody, CIA, Mossad, Hamas. Look, here's my cat right here. Look, oh, she wanted to come cuddle. Everybody's fucking killing innocent civilians. You know what I mean? Everybody. Didn't Obama like drop mad bombs with drones like while he was
weddings? Yeah, he droned weddings, multiple.
And what about Iraq? Didn't like 1 million civilians get blown up?
Yes.
Right? What about that shit? Like, you think they forgot about that shit?
So what makes World War III? What makes World War III?
Everybody's killing civilians all over the fucking place. Who started it? I don't know. You know what? Sam, if someone killed my son, someone murdered my son, and I said, come help me murder the guy who murdered my son. You may or may not like be with me, or you may not want to be involved, but you'll understand, right? They killed my kid. I'm going to go kill this motherfucker, right? But if you found out later, you were going to come help me. And you're like, you know what? I ain't going to kill nobody, but I'll be the lookout. I'll stay in the car. I'll keep the car running. All right, let's kill this motherfucker that killed your son. And then, but on the way to whack this dude that killed my son, if you found out that I killed his son 6 months prior or 5 years before, would you still help me?
No.
Exactly. You know what I mean? If someone killed my son, I would not kill that person's son. I'll tell you that right now. If someone slaughtered my son, I would not go after the dude's kids. I would go after him.
Yes, of course.
Skin him alive.
Of course.
Fucking skin him alive and feed him to cockroaches and fucking rats.
That's brutal.
I'll make that motherfucker suffer. I'll keep that motherfucker alive. Make him suffer, right? But I'll tell you right now, I would not go after anybody's kids. I'm not going to go after even if they killed my kid, I'm going to kill the guy who killed my kid. Now, if the kid killed my kid, yeah, I might fuck the kid up. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's all I got to say on that subject, man. The crazy thing is everybody's divided. The left is fucking divided. Wow. That's fucking crazy.
Well, you know, it was like I was saying, it's like you want things to go back to normal. Now we got pro-war people on the right and anti-war people on the left. I mean, like I grew up with.
The right and the left are split. The right, you know, half of them are with Israel, half of them with Palestine. The left, half are Palestine, half. It's fucking like, what happens now? They're all splitting. They're all fighting. Everybody's fighting now. I think that was the point. I think the point is keep splitting motherfuckers up as much as possible. And you know what? I don't want any fucking part of that, man. I just want to secure our borders. We stay safe, stay the fuck out of everybody else's business. That's like, don't send my kid to fucking war. Fuck that. Just secure our borders. Let's vet people. Let's let good people in, hardworking people in, but criminals, don't let those motherfuckers in. We need a vetting process. And don't get involved. Don't be the police of the world. Oh, we're the superpower. We're the superpower. We got to police. This ain't fucking Team America. Go watch Team America right now. Watch Team America. This is not Team America, dog. All right, let these people figure it out. They're fighting over Holy Land. You cannot argue with religion. You can't. It's religion.
Yeah.
It's holy land. Everyone thinks that's Jesus' land. So I don't know, man. I'm staying the fuck out of it. If you kill children, you should be fucking skinned alive and tortured. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what's up.
So, okay. So what is your take on Matthew Perry? What do you think of that?
My guess is he had a heart attack in this jacuzzi and drowned. That's my guess.
Yeah. A lot of people want to blame it on the vaccine, which I'm not necessarily against. I can't rule that out. But the word was like he was in awful shape towards
I mean, he wrote that book about how he almost died of a heart thing because of his drug use, like a couple of years ago or something. Like his heart was trashed, dude. Like they told him several times he should have been dead. I think he did die, like, or something. I mean, he had a real struggle, with drug abuse. So, I mean, let's
and
not
he was super pro jab.
I mean, like
that
selling merch about it.
You can maybe do one or the other, but not both and survive.
A lot of people are dying, dog. Go to Instagram at died suddenly worldwide, at died suddenly worldwide. Follow those. People are dying all over the place. And you know what's crazy? No one knows because it never gets reported.
Yeah.
They knew that. They knew they could fucking kill people with this shit and it wouldn't even be a big deal. Nobody's keeping track. The only one who's keeping track is Died Suddenly Worldwide. They're the only ones keeping track of these people dropping like flies all over the fucking place. All over the entertainment business, people are dropping. Stephen Riley, drummer for fucking LA Guns, used to be in Wasp. He's dead right now too. I wouldn't doubt if it had something to do with the jab.
See, but that's what it is. It's hard to put it on the jab if it's been 6 months out. You can just blame anything at that point. Oh,
no,
he drinks,
exactly.
He smokes.
Yeah, exactly. But still,
it gives people blood clots years later. Is what they're talking about.
Yeah,
years later.
Yeah, it's slow. Some people. I mean, this is what the experts were saying. I don't know if they're correct or not. Maybe they're full of shit, but they're going out on a limb and risking their career saying this shit. So I tend to believe that at least they believe in what they're saying. They're saying, like the dude who used to work for Pfizer, I forget his name. He's saying, dude, if you don't die right away, eventually you will. It's going to slowly fucking cause organ failure. Cancer's up like 5,000% or some shit like that. Cancer's up like a ridiculous amount, insane amount. Just death in general. If people are dying younger, people are dying of heart attacks in their teens now. Like healthy kids aren't supposed to have heart attacks. Kids don't have fucking heart attacks, and now they are. Now it's normal, and they're normalizing it. And then
just like autism.
Yeah, it's crazy shit, man. Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie, it's been a fun conversation. I love that we can do these once in a while. One more time.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but I just dropped an album. It's available. It's available on all music platforms. The band is called Hook Thieves. The album is called Jar of Flies. It's kind of an homage to Alice in Chains' Jar of Flies. Well, I called it Jar of Lies, and the cover's like a parody of it too. Just dropped it a couple weeks ago. There it is.
I saw the video, Eddie. That video for the Coyote song is just it's wonderful. It's so good.
Yeah, it was. People don't know what I'm trying to say in that song, and
tell us about the reaction to it.
I could explain like the whole that song. All right, it's called El Coyote.
It's great,
and it started off. This is how it started off. I'm always writing joke songs. I've been writing joke songs since I was fucking 15. I wrote a song, the song by Slayer, Angel of Death?
Yeah.
When I was 16, I rewrote that song, called it Angel of AIDS. And it was about a chick she was Angel of AIDS. She was a hooker. And she was, if you fucked her, your balls start to boil and explode. So I've been doing joke songs forever. I've been just super offensive, super dirty, just the most offensive, dirty songs I could come up with. I have a million of them. I never ever planned on recording them, because when I make music, I make serious music. I don't want to make like comedy music, but I love comedy. So I'll like make songs for my friends and I'll send it to 5 people, and they're so inside. Most people don't even get them. But this song, I was hanging out with a musician friend of mine, super liberal, and his girlfriend, super liberal, who's a great singer. And she had a friend over who is also a great singer. These are legit high-level musicians I was hanging out with. Super liberal. They think Trump is Hitler. They think Trump is a psychopath, right? These guys, and I tried to talk to them, but I gave up. I'm like, we're not talking about politics no more, because you guys are like, no, they're so far left. It's incredible. So we're all just hanging out in his living room. He lives in a mansion in Hollywood, and I had an acoustic guitar, and I was just playing A minor, C, just like the classic chord progression. And I go, what is the most liberal thing I could sing right now off the top of my head? Fuck the wall. Let those Mexicans, so that was the first thing. Fuck the wall, let those Mexicans in. That was the most liberal thing that was coming out of my head. And they loved it. Those girls were singing their asses off to it. I just had that part. Just over and over. Fuck the wall, let those Mexicans in. We were laughing our asses off because they know where I'm coming. They know what I meant. They know what I meant about it. They know I didn't they didn't know they know I believe in a secure border. We just can't have people run. We got to vet people. Let the good people in. Let the hardworking people in. Let the women and the children who are running from oppression. We got room for you. But we can't let the criminals in. So we got to vet you. There's a process. Fucking no-brainer. Everybody agrees with that. So obviously me yelling fuck the wall and singing it, obviously it's a joke, right? So I liked the chorus and it was catchy, and I was like, damn, I could do something with this, but how am I going to be able to complete this song without getting just railroaded by my people? And my people, because if I just have this chorus over and over, fuck the wall, let those Mexicans in, my people are going to think like I joined the Illuminati or something, you know what I mean? So I go, okay, the verses are going to be so crazy obvious that I'm fucking around. So I made the verses about a child smuggler, like sung through the eyes of a child smuggler. The chorus is fuck the wall, let those Mexicans in. But then the verse is, how am I supposed to traffic? How am I supposed to pay my rent? I got 14 chilling. I have to move today. And then the second verse is don't make me dig tunnels. Don't make me jump over it. I don't want no more trouble. I just got to move these kids. So it's obvious that it's a joke. You imagine a song sung through the eyes of a human trafficker through the southern border with empathy, like having empathy for him. So obviously that's a joke, right? So then it was just the verses and the chorus, and I would sing it at parties and stuff. And people didn't really understand the verses as much. The chorus was so obvious. So I had to explain the song, but every time I played, I'd explain it because it was the lyrics weren't that clear in the verse to understand what was really going on. So I go, okay, I got to make it super clear. I'm going to call the song El Coyote because, really, the song should have been called Fuck the Wall. But I'm trying not to get assassinated here. So I go, okay. So I got the verses. They're obviously, it's fucking parody to balance out the chorus, which is super liberal. So I called the song El Coyote, so it would be clear it's about a coyote. It's about a human smuggler. And then I go, to make it even more clear, I'm going to start the song off. The intro is going to be saying, Yo soy el coyote. Not only am I telling you what the song's about, I'm singing it in Spanish so people know I'm Mexican. So it gives me a little more leeway. Like, I'm just playing, dog. This is just a joke. So that's that. That's the That's what the song's about. So people in the comment section of that music video that we did, they're like, fuck these lyrics. They don't understand the lyrics. So they go, read the lyrics, and eventually you'll get that I'm just joking. My friends get it. My friends think it's hilarious. And then the music video, I made it like confusing. Like there's no message in the music. The music video is like a John Wick movie. They're just
great.
death. It makes
so
no
good.
sense on purpose. That was my storyline. I made it so that it was just confusing. Like, what's going on? First, the Border Patrol agents come out, they're dicks, but then they pull out their guns, but they don't shoot nobody. But then, it was clear the people that I played the coyote and the group of people that I was smuggling in, they were from everywhere. We had a black guy, we had a Chinese guy, we had Kurdistan guys, we had Mexican guys, MS-13 guys, innocent women and children, like the typical ones. We had everything. So if that video was purposely confusing and really not on the left or on the right, like what's going on here? But if there is a message at all in the video, it's that the people coming through the southern border aren't just Mexicans. It's fucking everybody.
Yeah, well,
that's really the message.
A lot of them are these countries that we might be going to war with in the Middle East. I'm telling you, you can't invade the United States. You can't.
Yeah,
but you
can.
And
there's a song I wrote about. There's a song I wrote about Joe Biden, and the song should have been called Joe Biden because it sounds like I'm saying Joe Biden at least 6 times in the song. But people say go. What did they say? Something Brandon. Like,
let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Like people say, let's go, Brandon, but everyone knows that means fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Right. So in this song, I'm saying Joe Biden, but the song is called Yo Body. Yo Body. So the song's called Yo Body just so that the lyrics don't say Joe Biden anywhere. I wrote it so that the album is like, how do I write an album and get my points across without getting killed and without people coming after me? You know what I mean? I got a climate change song. It's a part climate change, part jab song. It's climate change and jab song all together. And if you read the lyrics, it sounds like I wrote the song to sell to George Soros or Klaus Schwab. And I joke about it. I go, I tell people this next song is there's a bidding war going on for it between Klaus Schwab and George Soros. It's called How's the Climate? Because if you read the lyrics is pro-climate. It's pro-climate change and pro-vaccine, super pro-vaccine. But if you know me, you know I'm fucking around. So it's a way for me to get, it's a culture jamming album, kind of like Alex Stein and Alex Stringer. You know how they go to city council and they pretend they're super liberal and they're saying all that shit. That's what this album is. It's like if Alex Stein wrote it.
I love it, dude. I love it. I think it's great. I'm excited for you, and I think it's hilarious that people get so angry.
Oh, dude, the comments, yeah. I'm reading a little bit of the comments. They're Mexican, obviously.
Yeah. Hey, I'm saying fuck the wall, dog. I'm saying fuck the wall. That's the message. So,
Well, I love it, man. Now, is it everywhere or just YouTube?
It's everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. It's on every music platform.
Just know how, we here at Tinfoil Hat, obviously we pulled all of our Tinfoil Hat stuff off. There's a guy putting out our show on YouTube. I don't fuck with it because I want nothing to do with it. So he's putting it out. But just so you know that Eddie Bravo has like 255,000 subscribers on YouTube, and his new video has like 3,000 views.
I'm super shadow banned.
No, you're so shadow banned. It's
how many views?
Like, there it is. 228,000 subscribers, and it has 8,800 views.
Yeah. Yeah, my video. And then my last album, the last album I put out, click on that. It's called Mixed Flick of Death and Devotion. I put that out in 2017. That was my last album. And that one that's been out for like 6 years, and that one has 86,000 views.
Well, if you actually study your channel, you can watch when they decide to start shutting everything down. because you have some videos from like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, who have like 250,000, 500,000.
I have videos with millions of views. The ones I did with Joe Rogan have millions of views.
Yeah.
With Joe Rogan and Renato Laranja, they have like 8 million, or I don't know how many million, but a whole shitload.
Yeah. But as the techs start to shut down any kind of alternative views, you start to get lit up.
Look, 47,000, 57,000, 56,000, 21. That was like 7 years ago, though.
Now go. Joe Rogan argues weed BJJ. Joe Rogan argues weed BJJ.
No.
You're asking him to spell.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, weed. Right
there, 45 million. Yeah. 4.5 million. And then we got one with 5.5 million.
There you go.
8.3 million.
Yeah.
This is the one with Rogan gets his back belt.
Yeah. That has a lot of millions. That's a lot of millions.
That's 8 million.
That's a lot of millions, bro. That's a lot. All right, dude. Well, Eddie, looking forward to seeing you this weekend. It's gonna be a great time. This will tomorrow night, Friday night, and Saturday night. Grab your tickets now. Grab your tickets if you're in. So it's Indianapolis, St. Louis. Then I got Bellflower, but keep going. Go down. Then Austin and Dallas. So come grab your tickets. They're gonna be great times, and I appreciate you, Eddie, coming on. Anything else?
That's about it, dog.
All right, guys.
You.
Also go check out chaostwins.com. Help me get my comic book. I'm doing a kids comic book that teaches kids about conspiracies. It's the Chaos Twins, myself, and Paranoid American. That all those special things, the fun should be up very soon. So go support that.
Yo, that's a great idea, dog. Chaos Twins about. Is it loosely based on your twins?
Well, it involves two twin girls. Let's just say that. Yeah. And they move to a new neighborhood, and each house is a different conspiracy, and they battle the forces, the deep state.
Dude, that's fucking brilliant, dude.
Thank you, buddy.
That's gonna be huge, dude. I'm telling you.
We're excited. And brilliant. If we make enough, if we get enough funding from this GoFund, we're gonna do a animation.
Wait a minute. So what is it right now? It's just a comic book?
Right now it's a comic book.
Dude, you gotta do it animated, dude. You gotta do cartoons.
Well, that's what we want to do. We just gotta get to the right funding of it. And once we get that, I'm gonna start doing some people's podcasts, trying to get the word out and get the word going. So we'll see how it goes.
Awesome, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. And I will see you tomorrow, actually, because we're taking the red eye, right?
Yeah. So I'll see you tomorrow. And tonight. This goes out tomorrow. So tonight, I'll see you tonight. Then I'll see you in St. Louis and Indianapolis. And guys, enjoy this little about our affiliate programs and enjoy these highlights from my other podcasts. Enjoy.
Here's a clip from the latest Broken Sim.
Struck by the hypocrisy of this.
Two more people to hear from.
I'm sorry.
You have a chance. Well, I'm not sorry. You sit down.
I know you're not sorry. That's the point. The hypocrisy of this speech. The hypocrisy of the fact that what do you have? Can you please make a statement about President Joe Biden's speech? This is a clearly warmongering speech. President Joe Biden is calling for $100 billion.
And everyone's like, I just wish he'd let her talk.
Taiwan and
what
Ukraine.
A
and we're supposed to just
scumbag lady.
These together and pretend like we're going to rush to World War III and we're all just going to let Hillary Rodham Clinton sit here. Okay.
I'm sorry. You know, this is not this is not the way to have a conversation.
Of course it is with you. Of course it is.
Come talk to me afterwards.
Yeah, so I can get your number so you can be on the Clinton kill list.
You're going to wait for me, right? Please, I do not believe you.
Listen to you.
Yeah,
I will respond.
I do not believe you. Respectfully, I do not believe you. And the fact of the matter is that the American people's voice are what need to be heard.
Yeah, they are being heard.
Because our president is not speaking for the American people, and neither are you.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Yes, that's my opinion.
Well, then sit down. We've heard your opinion. Thank you very much. Now we're going to turn to people who are
I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop
working on behalf of human rights.
Oh my God, this chick is crazy.
It's not free speech when you are disrupting.
100% it is.
Free speech. This is free speech, everyone. This is free speech. That is not free speech. This is people constructing narratives that are openly hypocritical. I'm sorry. The incredible hypocrisy.
You know,
tell
maybe
me
you could
John Foster
actually-
Dulles went with Eleanor Roosevelt to bring this Declaration of the Rights of Man. John Foster Dulles was involved with the CIA.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're brilliant in your historical
yes, thank you.
cherry picking.
You are
The POC
garbage.
regime.
Dude, this
please,
is the
could
best.
you please inform me about the United States
Okay,
involvement
we are
in these
going
historical
to,
things?
we're going to move on
Miss
to,
Clinton, will you
Frank
denounce
Medisha,
Joe
who's
Biden?
actually on
Will
the
you
front lines.
denounce
She's on the front lines.
Not just yelling about it. So, Frank, I want to turn to you because you are from Uganda, and Uganda's 2023 Anti-Homosexuality Act
This is like an episode of Punch Drunk.
LGBTI conduct in Uganda.
To push us to World War III.
Oh,
Do you
please.
understand? It's not about Israel and Palestine. It's not
Please.
about. It's not football. This isn't football.
He's great.
Guy's a
He's
hero.
great.
Yeah, he goes on like that.
He's
for a
great.
bit, but yeah.
Sleep lightly, bro.
Yeah.
And don't come near me.
Yeah, sleep with one eye open.
Yeah.
What was the other person you said?
Just look up.
Was
Put
this
up.
recent?
Hillary, Heckler, Epstein's Island.
This right here.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Then you want somebody who's going to get up every day.
Hey, Hillary, why'd your husband visit Epstein Island 26 times?
Look how big he is. What are they yelling?
Sheila Jackson. It's a campaign event. for Sheila Jackson. They're tracking this guy out by his shirt like a whale.
Yeah, he's
like
getting
a
rug
beached whale.
Is this really necessary? Is this really necessary, guys? Is this really necessary?
Okay.
Is this really necessary, sir? Hey, is this necessary, officer? You guys are dragging a grown man out. Is this necessary? Seriously, come on. Hey, is this necessary, guys?
It's funny. These people used to be
So
heroes. Truth to power.
did you hear that they called him anti-Semitic, and that turns out he's Jewish?
Who? How is that?
So Hillary
anti-Semitic?
labeled him anti-Semitic because she didn't know who he was.
That's so great, and he's Jewish.
Yeah.
That's so funny. She'll say anything, won't she?
Yeah, she's gross.
She would say anything to get power.
Yeah, she's gross.
Okay, so I guess we're into the news now. This story is unbelievable. Did you see this? So this is from the Western Journal. Swimming competition permits man 50 to compete against 13-year-old girls, then tries to deny it. A regional swimming competition in Canada, of course.
Canada's
Canada.
losing their mind. You know why? Because half of that country is white women, and white women are so concerned. Johnny, you got to find this video.
Let me read this before you get mad. In Canada, this competition was allowing a 50-year-old man who claims to be transgender to race against 13 and 14-year-old girls, then tried to deny it happened after a reporter quizzed them over it. The incident occurred on October 20th at Toronto's Markham Pan Am Center during the Richmond Hill Aquatic Center's Fall Classic swim meet, in which a swimmer going by the name Melanie Weishart swam against 9 girls who were all between 13 and 14 years old. Melody's age was listed as 50 on the meet program, as discovered by the news outlet Rebel News. Now we got video from this, which is of the reporter catching them lying about it, which is just great. I mean, this is just, you know what it was, right? All of these people were too afraid to be the one who said no to this person.
Right.
Because of Canada, everybody's got the sort of Damocles hanging over them right now,
It's a 13-year-old girl, and I swim with the 13-year-old girls.
We base on Swimming Canada registration. So if the swimmer registered in Swimming Canada registration as a female, she will be eligible to come down to actually swim in this heat.
Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about a couple things you can find on the website, samtripoli.com. It's everything you need, audio, video, all there of all my podcasts across the board. You can also get my dates there. You can also get t-shirts there. We are adding t-shirts all the time. We just added a more de-essing, less bombing. I love that one, okay? We also got Yahweh or the Highway new shirts are there. They should be up. It's a great way to support the show. Grab your t-shirts now. I got more magic coming. I also have a mental gymnastics one everyone's going to really like. Listen, if you want to support the show, rockfin.com, $15. You get all my shows across all the boards. We also have Cash Daddies, patreon.com/Cash Daddies. Great way to make money in these difficult markets. We also have some affiliates. I'm going to hit them out real quick. If you're looking for gold and silver, a great way to go to Wise Wolf. Click the banner. Hydrogen brown gas. Everyone loves it. Harley Ray, our good friends, and Candles and Crystals. You can use the promo code SWARM15. Click that one. And Tim James, who was just on the show, universally loved. You can get a discount on all of his stuff on his website, Chemical Free Body. And then finally, Joel Staley, who's going to help me lose weight and get ready to rock. All those there. Click the banners. Support them. Support us. It's a great way. And all my audio, all my video, again, right there at samtripoli.com. Enjoy the highlights.
And now, a highlight from Cash Daddies.
I talked to somebody last week who's very knowledgeable about the crypto.
Was it a man in the mirror?
And he says that just buy Bitcoin. He said, don't dick around with anything else. You know, buy a little chain link if you want, but he said, just buy Bitcoin. Because he said, that's really what these big places like BlackRock are focused on. Just Bitcoin, nothing else.
That's all I've been doing. It's buying Bitcoin.
So he didn't have a lot of faith in just about any of the other cryptos. But, you know, he said Bitcoin is probably going to be solid going. And we've been saying that on here. Good time to buy it.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
I'm trying to buy it. I want to buy more. Give me back my Bitcoin. Give me back my XRP. You can keep everything else. Just give me back that stuff.
Magic Johnson has become the 4th athlete billionaire.
Who are the other ones? Is it LeBron one?
LeBron is one. That's right. Magic now, Tiger Woods, and then Michael Jordan.
Oh, I thought Ronaldo was too. Cristiano Ronaldo. I thought he signed $1 billion deal.
He's not recognized by Forbes. If he is, most of these are guys who made their money.
Are they only recognizing black people?
Former basketball icon Magic Johnson has become the 4th sports star to reach billionaire status with a net worth of $1.2 billion. He actually made a big chunk of his money early on after he retired from an agreement with Starbucks to put a bunch of Starbucks in black communities, 100 coffee shops in black neighborhoods. He sold those in 2010 for $75 million profit, and then used that money plus money from the sale of the Lakers to buy into the Dodgers. And his 2.3% stake in the Dodgers is now worth $110 million.
Dude, if you read about Magic Johnson, he's one of those dudes, everything he's touched turns to gold.
Yeah, and he's also used as a way that white billionaires want to connect with black youth. They're like, everybody knows Magic, and they bring him in, and that's what the Washington Redskins have done. They're like, hey, man, look, we got Magic Johnson. He's black with AIDS. We love him.
We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Tinfoil hat.